Alright, so here we go. Day 14 of my path to profitability. Today we're up $44 before commissions, and we are green after commissions as well. 17 bucks. Um, Today I was actually up all the way at 110 after commissions, and we had a big red one trade to bring us down, back down to $6 profit, and then we slowly scraped our way back up to around 20. So, honestly, today's trades were very good. I just got caught in a flush, but I managed it pretty well to the point where it wasn't ending up being a super huge size loss that wiped out everything plus yesterday and all that. Um, so going over today's trades, we start with BSFC. This is a gapper. Its price yesterday was only $1 something and some change, and then in the pre-market it squeezes all the way to $27. Um, I'm not awake for that. That's happening at like 2 a.m. my time. But so it fades off, and then so we're drawing all these resistance lines in case that it does squeeze, but it doesn't. It's not going to. I don't think so. But we do have these lines, these resistance lines that are more relevant to the current price, which is the $8 one and the 7 and the 650. And so in the pre-market, I take a break of 6 and then add to get a better cost basis through through this flag, this pendant flag right here. If you guys can see that, it's a little, let's see, if I draw it out, it'll look more obvious. But there's a flag right here. Um, and I'm trying to add into this flag. So we have this flag, and then adding into the flag, as we get the pop, we take the sells. And this trade is actually our big winner of the day. It was $90 total. And then we have a couple of scalps right here, $15, and then $5. And then at the open, we take a small micro dip with small size, 125 shares, and then sell on the pop just for a little bit, like, what was that, $5? 4 cents on 125 shares. Yeah, $5. And then after that, here's where our big loss today is. So we have the um, initial dip on the first minute, recovery on the second minute, and then in this candle, this 3rd minute candle, um, we get a push to through 615 all the way to 650. On the break of 650, I try adding at 650. I get in at 656. We hit a high of 66 on that candle, and I was looking for the break of 8 into a push into resistance at 7, but or 680 into a push at 7. But we get an instant flush back down. I try adding for a dip on the break of 6, and then I panic out when we start going even further lower. It actually does bounce up back above 6 and then continue back to 640, and my cost average at that point was around 620. So it would have been a green trade, but you can't think like that because this could have easily formed a first 1 minute red candle and then faded down continuous. Like it could have continued fading right then and there because I mean, if you think of it, the bigger picture context, it had already faded from $27 down to 5. So if it really wanted to, it could totally just fade from 5 back down to its original price of 150. Um, so that's why you can't really hold something that's showing that it has strength to go down. So that's why we had that big loss that ended up being $93, which wiped out most of our profits, left us with $6 on the day. And then from there, we go ahead and we don't trade BSFC again. We switch to Peloton, which actually had a 20% dip yesterday. Let's scroll out. So it had a 20% dip yesterday. And I marked out this high after the dip, because if we can If we can break that high, then we do have room back up to the 30, 31 area. But I wasn't looking at this for like a big play. I just kind of wanted to see if there is strength there. I kind of want to take advantage of it. So I mark out some resistance lines here at 2680 and 2650. And then here I just bought a dip on this candle and then sold the dip for small profit. It was like, yeah, like $6. Yeah, 5.45 right there. And then from there, I trade SVFD the rest of the day. I take one dip here for a small gain, and then another dip here, or not a dip, this is a, let's see, this was a push through this pivot point right here, and then looking for a break of VWAP. So we got that, I added that VWAP to get that break of VWAP, we sell there. And then we buy here into the halt. I punched the order at 5, I actually punched the order at 550, but I got filled at 575 because it just moves that fast. And unfortunately that does lead to me having a small loss at the end. So I punched it at 550, I got filled at 575. It halts at 80, it halts for 10 minutes, I believe, or no, 5 minutes, there we go. And then at the resumption, I put a stop order at 81 just in case it did flush right away because it wasn't a very big gap on the halt. The price was showing a resumption price of 583, I believe. So I put my stop at 81 just in case the stock just instantly resumes and it goes down. I got filled only half of my size on the stop order. And then on the rest of the flush, I was still in with half size. I bought a dip there at 550, and then it didn't have any reprieve bounce, so I just sold out the rest. And that ended up being like a $15 loss after everything was said and done. So, wasn't a bad trading day. I did decide to stop now before things got worse because, as you know, I've talked about multiple times already in these videos that my stats show that if I continue trading on a day where I am getting a little bit chopped out, the day will almost 100% be red because that's my red days are usually when I have those 50-50 chop out days, and my green days are usually that 80% win rate just straight up P&L. So if my P&L is not just going straight up, it means that it's more likely to be a red day because I am getting chopped out and I'm churning those commissions. So I called it quits here, just saving the little bit of profit that I did have today, patting myself on the back for following my rules, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this week, and we'll continue next week for day 15 of the challenge. All right, well, thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend.